Namaste. Good morning. So we've gone through another week. Today is Saturday morning. And it's going to get nice out, so sometimes we get a little busy. And we think, how can we do our yoga to start our day? So, like I said before, you don't need a full hour. Today we're going to do some easy going, go with the flow, express yoga. It's about 20, 30 minutes. If you have blocks, bring them. So we're going to be going a little easier today. Just doing some basic poses, nothing too extreme. We'll be standing, and then we'll be seated, and then we'll be lying down. We will do a short shavasana at the end. So we have a few minutes if you want to get ready. Remember to have water with you also. Nice reusable water bottle that doesn't leak toxins into your body and doesn't pollute with plastic is a really nice idea. I know a lot of people are out there running to the stores getting plastic water bottles. Well, you don't know where they've been stored, what temperatures they've been stored, how long they've been stored. They actually can leach toxins into the water that you're drinking. So not only are they not good for the planet, they're not good for you. That's my little thing on plastics. All right, so while we're all getting assembled, I'm just going to play, this is for the heart, a crystal singing bowl for the heart tone. Turn this music down a little. We are going to sit up. We are going to start standing. So if you've sat down, before we stand up, let's just let ourselves settle in. Let the vibrations settle in. It's just now about 10:30, so I'm going to get started. If you missed what I said before, it's going to be an express yoga, 20 to 30 minutes. Easy going, go with the flow. Getting our day started. Just let the shoulders relax. Sit up nice and tall. If you just came on, you see me sitting, we may as well all start seated. And then we'll get to standing. I had said bring some blocks if you have them. Water if you have it. I'm going to come to the center of the mat. Start to sit up nice and tall. If you do miss this or come in partway through, it's not a full hour. I would suggest rewinding it to the beginning or going back and replaying at your own convenience. So namaste. Welcome. Let's sit up tall. Gently close our eyes. Roll the shoulders up and around and down and let them fall gently down, bringing the shoulder blades together, letting the palms rest lightly on our thighs. Press the pelvic floor into the mat. Tuck the chin, bring it back so we're holding that tennis ball underneath our chin, feeling the lengthening of the back of the neck. Feel the alignment in our spine as we breathe in, opening up through the belly, like a balloon gently filling up with air. And on the exhale, letting it gently deflate as the pelvic floor rises. In through the nose. and out through the nose. Let's continue here and engage with the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. Or maybe we're sitting on that beach, that sunny beach. And we see our friends posting about, and the waves are flowing in and out through the back of our throat. You can hear them. In through the nose, nice even inhales and exhales. And out through the nose. Let's expand, opening up through the belly and the rib cage and the heart center. And on the exhale, letting the chest deflate, ribs close, belly deflates as the pelvic floor rises. Strengthening that diaphragm muscle. It works the lungs. Breathing in. Opening up even deeper. You can hear the back of the throat. Let's do 2 more sets at our own pace. Warming up that spine. Keep the shoulders released. Going a little bit deeper on that last one. Sit up tall. Bring the palms together, hands to heart center. Thumbs connecting with the heart space. Our eyes are still closed. Now feel that root from the base of our tailbone flowing down into Mother Earth and connecting with each one of us like lily pads on a pond. With that next breath in, let's breathe in with each other through our hearts. And on the exhale, sending that love out. First through every cell of our body, every organ, every muscle, tissue, ligament, and then continuing out through those roots to each one of us here and beyond each one of us to where our connections lie as we're all connected. Sit and bask in the light that shines around us, in us, through us, as us. Feel this light shining down, going through the crown of our head as a cord pulls us up into the heavens, lengthening us. And then on the exhale, let it flow back down through. Now through our heart and through our solar plexus. Above our belly button, below our ribs. That light within, nice and shiny, yellow gold. Letting it flow through every cell of our body. Bringing healing, joy, peace, courage, whatever it is we want to empower. Feel this prana, this life force flowing up and through our whole bodies and out, connecting with each one of us. Feel this deeper opening. Did you feel this deeper opening? Feel it going from within, starting to go to the outside of our bodies. It's expanding, expanding. A 1/4 of an inch, a 1/2 an inch. This light and this love. Colors, green and pink, yellow, gold. Flowing. Maybe now it's a couple inches. Maybe it's 1/2 a foot. Maybe it's a foot. Feel this bubble and this bright white light surrounding all these colors all around our bodies. Knowing we can do whatever we put our minds to, we can move forward without fear, as love, as peace, as harmony and balance, together as one. When we join forces in love, all things are possible. All right, put a smile on our face. Feel invigorated, rejuvenated. Let's gently open our eyes. And we're going to come on to all fours. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Remember, if you have blocks, keep them nearby. I'm going to do the one flow on one side and the other flow on the other. So first, coming on to all fours in the tabletop. Hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Pull the belly into the spine. It creates a nice flat back. We're not arching. This is a stabilization pose. Receive a breath, exhale around and arch in a cat. Coming back into tabletop. Bring the right foot forward. Walk it between the arms, not out to the side. Shifting forward Extend that left leg. As we shift forward, watch that front knee. Keep it behind the toes. Open up through the chest. Gaze out in front. Curl the back toes under, lifting that back knee. Engage the core. Bring that left foot to meet the right. Into fold. Bring the hands to the thighs. Open up through the chest as we breathe in. Exhale, round and roll up. Tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up. Palms together. Hands to heart center. We're going to stand here in mountain pose. Towards the front of the mat. If you start to feel that alignment, feel that connection to the earth underneath us. Feel all four corners of the feet connected. Sinking down. Pressing the shoulders down. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Pull the belly in and up. Let the shoulders sink down. Remember to tip that chin as we hold that tennis ball. Thumbs connecting. Another breath in and out through the heart. On the exhale, let it go deeper and longer. Letting all that tension release. Let's do this 2 more times. Each time the breath is going to be even longer until it's twice as long. On that third time, we're going to create a sigh. We're going to let out like, ah. So let it be loud. Breathing in. Ah. Letting go of those restrictions. All right, opening our eyes if we'd closed them. I'm going to turn, sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhaling, leading with the chest. Sweep the arms down halfway. No pressure on the knees. Lengthen the spine. And exhale as we round and roll up, tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up, interlocking the fingers. Either index fingers are pointing up, one thumb over the other. Or you can press your palms up to the sky. Reach up as we breathe in. And on the exhale, folding over to the right. Coming back to center, reach up, lengthen. Exhale, fold over to the left. Back to center, reach up, bring the arms down behind the back, interlock the fingers, open up through the chest. You want to keep the spine nice and long. We're going to do a gentle twist here, standing. Receive a breath on the exhale. Shoulders relax, quarter of a turn to the right. We're not going the whole way to the side. Coming back to center as we breathe in. On the exhale, quarter of a turn to the left. Coming back to center. Remember, any twists bother your back, don't do them. Lengthen the spine as we breathe in. You can stay here or hinge at the hips and fold halfway, keeping the spine nice and long. Engage your core as we come back up. Right arm down, left palm facing in, sweep the arms up, reaching apart in opposite directions. Breathing in on the exhale, reaching down towards that right knee, sweeping over. Bring that hand up. Now bring the hand to the right side of the head and the right arm across the lower back. Respect your neck. Receive a breath gently. Bring that right shoulder down as we open up the neck, gently bringing the head over. At your own pace. If that doesn't feel right, don't yank on the head. And then bringing that left arm down. Reach behind, reach for that left wrist, open up through the chest, and just bring the shoulder blades together. Bringing the arm out behind us. Let it release. Right arm down, sweep the, or left arm down, sweep the right arm up, reach up, breathe in, lengthen, exhale, now reaching out and over to the left. Reaching towards that left knee. Sweep the arm up, bring the hand to the left side of the head, bring the left arm across the lower back, stand up tall, receive a breath gently, press that left shoulder down, opening up the left side of the neck, and gently bringing that right ear over if it feels right. Sweeping that right arm down, reach for that right wrist, open up through the chest, bring the arms up behind us. Exhale, gently let them release. Come towards the front of the mat. Remember, I'm going to turn sideways, you're going to face forward. Feet up width apart. Palms facing in, sweeping the arms up and back, press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest. Coming into a half fold, no pressure on the knees. Lengthen the spine as we breathe in. And then on the exhale, maybe we can come down a little bit deeper. Now to our shins. Lengthen the spine, feel this release. Exhale as we come a little bit deeper yet. Let's lower the hips. Let our torso rest on our thighs. Grab our opposite elbow with our opposite hand. Stay here and feel this gentle release as we support ourselves. The earth supports us and we support each other. Breathe in once. On the exhale, feel all that tension release. Bring the hands to the mat. Lift the chest. Bring the right leg back into a runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. You can drop to the knee if you need to or keep it lifted. Left hand or right hand is on the mat or the block underneath the right shoulder. Left arm down along the side into a spinal twist. Reach up, look up towards the sky or wherever you can reach as we breathe in. And exhale as we bring that arm back down. Let's drop to that right knee. We're going to walk ourselves up into a little hip flexor stretch. A little stability here. Bring our fists to our lower back, gently press the hips forward. So the shoulders remain above the knee, front knee behind the toes, pressing the hips, right hip flexor. Receiving a breath. Interlock the fingers. Oh, coming into sunbird. Got to pull that sun out of the sky. Reach up and then let the shoulders relax as we press the hips forward. Sweeping the arms behind the back, interlock the fingers, open up to the chest, coming forward onto that left thigh as we bring the arms up behind us. Bring the hands to the mat. Going to bring that left knee back as we come into tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Receive a breath, come into child's pose, feet together, knees open. So we bring the hips back over the heels, extend the arms out in front. Another nice supportive thing is to use the blocks and let your forearms rest over the blocks. As you bring the hips back over the heels and let the shoulders relax. Let the lower back release. Feel those hips opening up. From here, we're going to do dolphin. It's a warm-up into down dog. We're going to come onto our forearms, elbows underneath our shoulders, interlocking our fingers, lift the hips. Supporting ourselves on those forearms, curl the toes under, lift the hips up to the sky. The heels do not come the whole way down. We're looking back between the legs, crown of the head is hovering above the mat. Staying here. Receive a breath. On the exhale, we're going to come forward into a plank. Our legs might shift behind us as we bring our body into one nice line. Elbows underneath the shoulders, we're on that forearm plank, stabilizing. Receiving a breath. And then on the exhale, let's come back into tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders. Feet, knees underneath the hips. Receive a breath, come back into child's pose. Reaching out in front. And again, back into tabletop. So this time we're going to bring the right knee forward. Walking it forward. In between the legs. Shifting forward. Open up to the chest. Extend that left leg. Watch that front knee. Gaze out in front. Open up to the chest. Receive a breath one time. We're going to walk ourselves back monkey. You can use the blocks if you have them. Or your fists. Bring the hips back over the heels. Extend that front leg. Pull the toes back. Feel that nice stretch down the back of that right leg. Coming forward as we breathe in. Staying here. Curl the back toes under. I'm going to engage the core. Bring that left leg forward. We're going to come from here into chair pose. So, lower the hips, engage the core, sweep the arms up, come up halfway. So just part way, like we're sitting in that chair. Knees behind the toes, pelvic floor is engaged, shoulders relaxed. We want that nice long spine. So we're not bringing the tailbone up, we're tucking it under. Feel the fire building in those legs. Receive a breath. Sweeping the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhaling, leading with the chest. Sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Coming up halfway, lengthen the spine. You're going to come forward. Sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhaling, coming down a little bit deeper this time. Gentle fold. Lift the chest. This time, bring the left leg back into that runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. So you can drop to that left knee or keep it lifted. Left hand on the mat or on the block. Sweep that right arm up to the sky. Into a spinal twist. Looking up that arm as we breathe in. And then on the exhale, sweeping it back down. Drop to that left knee. And bring that right knee back to meet it. Into tabletop. Receive a breath in here. Open up through the chest. And on the exhale, round and arch in a cat. Let's come back into tabletop. Bring that right leg forward. Shifting forward. Walking up onto that right thigh. Gentle hip flexor. Bring the fist to the lower back, gently pressing the hips forward. Shoulders above the knee. Engage the core, sweeping the arms up into sunbird. Reach up and let the shoulders relax as we press the hips forward a little bit deeper. Sweep the arms down behind the back, interlock the fingers, open up to the chest as we breathe in. Keep the spine long as we come forward onto that right thigh. Bring the arms up behind us. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Bring that right knee back to meet it in a tabletop. I'm going to turn sideways again to the other side. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Again, stabilization. Pull the belly into the spine. And exhale, round and arch in a cat. Coming back into tabletop as we breathe in and back into child's pose. Reaching the arms out in front or using those blocks if you like. Another breath in. Now we're going to come onto those forearms. Interlocking our fingers, lift the hips, curl the back toes under as we come into dolphin. Bring the hips up to the sky. Heels do not drop the whole way down. Head is hovering above the mat, and we're looking back between the legs. Feel that nice stable forearm base. Receive a breath on the exhale. We're going to come forward, sliding the feet back as we come forward into a forearm plank. Feel that stabilization. Core is engaged. Receiving a breath. Now let's drop to the knees, come back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, bring the hips back over the heels, extend the arms out in front. Receive a breath. On the exhale, come back into tabletop. And now bring that left leg forward, in between the legs. All right, in between. We don't want to bring it out to the side. Shifting forward. So we're extending that right leg behind us again, and watch that front knee. Receive a breath. On the exhale, little monkey, you can walk yourself back. Extending that front leg, lifting the toes. Bring the hips back over the heels. Walking forward as we breathe in, open up through the chest. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. Engage the core. So we come back to center in the tabletop. Receive a breath. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up, palms together, hands to heart center. Let's stay here for a breath. I'm going to adjust my mat. I'm on our carpet, so it does kind of slide. Just sink those shoulders down. Again, engage those bandhas. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Pull the belly in and up. And engage that throat lock as we hold that tennis ball underneath our chin. I'm going to turn sideways again. Again, feet up apart, all four corners. Connecting, sweeping the arms up and back, press the hips forward. Exhaling, leading with the chest, sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Coming up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale as we come back down. Lift the chest. Bring the right leg back into that runner's lunge. This time, we're going to bring the left leg back to meet it into plank. You choose to be on your knees. Don't lift the hips or lift them. Receive a breath. Exhale. Come down into chaturanga in a hover. Elbows against the ribs. Keep those elbows in and down to the mat. Keep the elbows in. Press forward. Push up into cobra. Back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Bring the hips back over the heels. Extend the arms out in front. Let's flip our toes and raise our hips into down dog. Bring the hips up to the sky. Release to the fingers. Relax the shoulders. Bring those hips up a little bit higher. Lift the chest. So now we can bring that right leg up either in one step, or if that bothers your knee, drop to the left knee and then walk it forward. You want to make sure it's behind the toes. Then lift that back leg. Now bring that left leg in part way and angle that foot so the heels are in alignment, back foot's angled to the side and front. Start to walk ourselves up onto that right thigh. Gently pivot our hips forward. Feel all four corners of our feet connected. That back pinky toe is pressing down. Hips forward, and gently press that left hip forward. Swoop the arms up into into warrior one. Let the shoulders relax. Open up through the chest. Slight rotation of the arms. Feel that connection to the earth. Stay here for a breath. Let yourself settle in. No rush. Another breath in. On the exhale, gauge that core, pivot that back foot to the left side. As we open up into warrior two. Front foot forward, back foot to the side, heels in alignment, feet perpendicular. Front knee behind the toes. Relax the shoulders. Shoulders above the hips. Receive a breath. And on the exhale, bring that right hand to the thighs. We sweep that back arm up the wall. Reach up. Hips in alignment. As we breathe in, on the exhale, sweep the back arm down the back of the leg, front arm up and over like a C. Shift forward to that front knee. Look up towards the sky as we breathe in, opening the heart. And on the exhale, look down and reach towards that back knee behind you. Sweep that right arm up, bring that right hand to the thigh, sweep that back arm up the wall. Reach up as we breathe in. On the exhale, look down. You can stay here on the hand or come onto that thigh. Bring that forearm onto that thigh. Remember to keep those hips in alignment. Look up that arm as we breathe in. One time, we're going to sweep it down. That inner thigh, front with your head and gaze. Breathe in as we sweep it up against a wall. Reach up. On the exhale, extend it out in front. Arm and leg, one diagonal line. Reach for those fingers. You can't see my hand. I'm rotating it. 3 times one way, like this. 3 times the other way. Now reach. Feel that release of energy the whole way down the left side of the body. Receive a breath. On the exhale, we're going to sweep everything back down to the mat. Now, let's, we're going to come into a pyramid pose. So, watch that front knee, bring that back leg in. If you have blocks, you can use your blocks here. And straighten that front leg. So, both feet are pointing forward. That back heel behind the toes. You can come up onto the blocks. Receive a breath. You can bring the block a little bit lower if you like. Or you can remove the block. Receiving a breath. Now, let's bend that front knee and come forward into fold. Slowly rolling up. Bring the hands to the thighs. Open up through the chest as we breathe in. Round upper body, one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up, palms together. Let's sink down into chair pose. Knees behind the toes, shoulders pressing down. Feet firmly planted. Feel that power, that fire building in those legs. I'm going to do the other side this time. So I'll be turning sideways. Receiving a breath and release. Sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhaling, leading with the chest. Sweep the arms down. Gentle fold. Coming up halfway. Lengthen the spine. Exhale as we come down a little bit deeper. Lift the chest. Let's bring that left leg back into a runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. Bring the right leg back to meet it in a plank. Core is engaged. Hands or fists with your thumbs pointing forward, or forearms if you don't like being on the forearm. Engage the core, elbows in, hands by the breastline. As we come down in a chaturanga, in a hover, and down to the mat. Now, keep those hands by the breastline, elbows in. You're going to press up into cobra. Exhale back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, hips back over the heels. Extend the arms out in front, let everything release. And let's flip our toes, raise our hips into down dog. Bring the hips up to the sky, release through the fingers, relax the shoulders. The heels don't need to come the whole way down. Pretend like somebody has a belt around your waist. You can bend the knees and lift the hips, lift the heels. Receiving a breath, lift the chest. Now, either bring that left leg forward in one step, or drop to that right knee and walk it forward. Keep it behind the toes. Now, you can lift that back knee, bring that back leg in part way. First, check to see where your heels are. Are they in alignment? Front foot forward. You can use that left thigh. Back foot angled to the side and the front to walk yourselves up. Adjust your legs if you need to. You don't want to be here going, I'm going to fall over. Adjust if you need to. Check your alignment and then gently press that right hip forward. Fists to the lower back. Open up to the chest as we breathe in. Reaching up and then sink down. Let the shoulders relax. Slight rotation of the arms. Feel all four corners connecting to the earth. Remember to smile, open the heart, keep the hips forward. You're going to breathe in here on the exhale. This is your time to listen and see what needs to adjust. Maybe that hip, maybe the shoulders, maybe that back pinky toe. Keeping the chin tucked. Core is engaged, receive a breath. On the exhale, we're going to pivot that back foot to the right side as we open up into Warrior Two. Check your feet in alignment, feet perpendicular, heels in alignment. Open up through the chest, open those hips up against the wall. Arms extended front and back, looking out over that front arm, front knee behind the toes. There's a line from one middle finger to the other. Stay here as we breathe in. Shoulders above the hips. On the exhale, maybe sinking down a little bit deeper. Another breath in. Sweep the back arm down the back of the leg, front arm up and over like a C. Open the heart. Reach up, look up as we breathe in. On the exhale, look down and reach down towards that back knee. Sweep that front arm up, bring that left hand to the thigh, sweep the back arm up the wall. So you're against that wall, the hips are underneath the shoulder, reaching up, looking up that arm. So we breathe in, and on the exhale, looking down towards the thigh. Maybe you can bring that forearm onto the thigh. Another breath in, looking up that arm, and on the exhale, sweep that arm down. Follow with your head and gaze one time. Breathe in as we sweep it up against the wall. Reach up as we breathe in. Lengthen on the exhale. Extend the arm out past our ear. Reaching through those fingers out in front. Now we're going to rotate that hand 3 times one way. If you look up, the elbow should be above you. 3 times the other way. Reach through those fingers. Get that nice stretch. Releasing any blocked energy through that right side. As we breathe in. And then on the exhale, we're going to pivot everything back to the mat. Now, turn that back foot forward. Bring that back leg in. Straighten that front leg. If you can, pyramid pose, and see if both feet are pointing forward. Again, you can use a block. Receiving a breath. Coming a little bit higher, Or you can use that block to come a little bit lower. Receive a breath. Let's shift forward. Let's bring that back leg back, because I know that I forgot to do that nice long right leg. Let's shift forward through that front knee. Feeling that right leg behind us. Breathing in on the exhale, walking ourselves back. Little monkey this time. Extending that left leg, pulling the toes back. Hips back over the heels, spine is long. Get that stretch to the back of that left leg. Coming forward as we breathe in. Curl the back toes under, lift that back knee. Engage the core as we bring that right leg to meet the left. Hands on our thighs, open up through the chest as we breathe in. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up, palms together, sinking down into chair pose. Again, keep that pelvic floor engaged. Feel that fire building in those legs, shoulders pressing down. Sweeping the arms up and down. We're going to come to the front of our mat. If we're not already there, I'm going to adjust my mat. All right. So we're going to come to seated. First, let's stand up nice and tall. Sweeping the arms up. Sweeping the arms down. Gentle fold, leading with the chest. So we're going to grab our opposite elbow with our opposite hands. And just let ourselves hang. It's a nice lower back releaser. If you need to bend your knees slightly, go ahead. Receive a breath. You can start to gently sway back and forth from side to side. And back. And forth. And back. And forth. And back. And forth. So bring our hands to the mat and to fold. You can either step back or jump back. Core is engaged. Receive a breath. Let's hold this plank. And then exhale as we come down into chaturanga. Elbows against the ribs and down to the mat. Elbows in, press forward, push up into cobra. One more time. Back into child's pose. Staying here. Feet together. Again, maybe opening those knees a little bit wider as we open the hips. Let your torso come down towards the mat, towards the earth. And we're going to do a little sweeping here. Breathing in. On the exhale, start to sweep the arms around to the right, to where you feel that stretch to that left side. Another breath in, bring that right arm across the lower back. And turn your head to the right. And then look back towards that right hip. Reaching that left arm out to the side. Bringing that right arm back, sweeping them back around, out in front as we breathe in. On the exhale, round to the left so you get that gentle stretch. Then stay here. Bring the left arm across the lower back, reach around to the outside of that right hip. Turn the head to the left as we breathe in, and then look back towards that left hip, reaching that right arm out towards that left side. Sweeping both arms back out in front. Receive a breath, slowly roll ourselves up. Tucking the chin, we're going to come to seated on the mat. Right. Seated on the mat. Whoops, we might go over a little. I added a little something at the beginning, so we might go over a little bit. It'll still be shorter than an hour. Just want to do a few seated, and then we're going to lay down, and then we'll have a short Shavasana. So if we can, sit with our legs crossed. Or you can come into that diamond, bring the legs up in front. Sit up nice and tall. You can use your blocks here too. Receive a breath, bring your hands to the blocks. Lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, start to slide them forward. So we slide them forward, or maybe bringing our forearms onto the blocks. Let our hands rest over the blocks. Keep a nice long spine as we breathe in. And on the exhale, coming a little bit deeper. Going at your own pace. Feel the hips opening up, lower back releasing. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Going a little bit deeper. Lengthen the spine as you breathe in. You can always come the whole way down to the mat also. If you want to go even deeper yet. Another breath in. Lengthen. This time we're going to round and roll up, pressing ourselves away. Sit up tall. We're going to come into a little V-sit. So we're going to bring the legs out in front. Extend. Heels together, pull the toes back. And then come back down. This time cross our legs the other way, the way that feels weird. Sit up tall, bring the hands behind the back, interlock the fingers, open up to the chest, keep the spine long, bring the shoulder blades together. You can stay here or start to come forward, leading with the chin in the chest. Again, if you only come here, that's fine. Lengthen. Each time go wherever feels right for you. Bringing the arms up, lengthen the spine. If you can go a little deeper, go ahead, and then we're going to let the arms release. Fall down along our sides, palms open up, let the shoulders totally relax and lay over your thighs. Another breath in here. In any areas you're holding tension on the exhale, let them release. Another nice thing, if you have the block, is you can bring your forehead to the block. Oh, this feels really nice. Lots of good things you can do with the block. Let's extend the arms out in front, receive a breath, and then round and roll up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time. Again, let's come into that V-sit, extending the legs, heels together, core is engaged. Receive a breath. Now come back to seated, legs crossed. We're going to do a basic spinal twist here. If you don't feel comfortable with the legs crossed, again, you can bring them out in front. You want to keep the spine nice and long. That's very important here. You don't need to go real deep. If it bothers your back, come out of it. Shoulders up and down, rolling them up and around and down and up and around and down. Let's bring that right hand to the right side of the mat. Sweep the left arm up, reach up, lift and lengthen on the exhale. Just a quarter of a turn, like we're facing that right knee. We're going to bring the hand to the outside of that right thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine as we breathe in. Either come out of it, stay where you are. If it feels right, turn and look towards that right wall. Another breath in. Gently unwinding. This time let's cross those legs the other way if they're crossed. Again, you can do it with the legs extended too. Left hand to the left side, sweeping that right arm up, reach up, lengthen, pivot to the left at a diagonal. Bring that right hand to the outside of that left thigh, whether the legs are extended or not. Lift and lengthen as we breathe in. You can stay here, come out of it, or you can turn to the left side. The nice long spine. Gently unwind, come back to center. And let's stay where we're comfortable, seated. I'm just going to do a little seated cat and cow. So, I'm going to turn sideways because we'll be rolling down after this. We only have a few more minutes. Hands to the shins, shoulders loose. Breathe in, open up to the chest. Lifting, opening the front of the heart, exhale round. Pulling away, tucking the chin. Breathing in as we come forward, gaze out in front. Exhale round, opening the back of the heart. Breathing in as we come forward, opening up, shoulders are relaxed. Exhale round, tucking the chin, pulling away. One more time. Breathing in, coming forward, exhale round. We're going to stay here, tuck the chin, pull away, like we're in a recliner. Pulling away from the shins. Back to seated, sit up tall. We're going to bring the feet out in front, come into a V-sit, hands to your shins. Come forward as we breathe in. Now walk down the back of the legs. Nice and slow. Also, if you have blocks, let's bring the blocks to either side because we might use it. Walking down the back of the legs, nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time with your gaze into your belly. And let's come the whole way down. So we're going to do a little hip twist here. Knees bent, arms down along your sides. Receive a breath. On the exhale, gently bring the knees and legs over to the right. Again, that block might be helpful. Engage the core as we come back to center. On the exhale, bring the knees and legs over to the left or maybe over to the block. Come back to center as we breathe in. Again, knees and legs over to the right, head and gaze over to the left. A little bit deeper. Engage the core as we come back to center. Knees and legs to the left, head and gaze over to the right. And back to center. Keep that left foot down, extend that right leg, point the toes, sweep the right leg up, walk the hands up behind the leg, gently pulling it back. No overstretching, point the toes, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. Bring that leg across the top of that left thigh, so the ankle's just resting there. Thread the needle, receive a breath, lift upper and lower body, bring your right arm in between your legs, interlock your fingers behind that left hamstring, and see if you can come into a deeper ball. Maybe lifting the tailbone, lifting the shoulders. Go at your own pace, shin to chin. Receive a breath. On the exhale, bring everything back to the mat, still holding the legs, pulling the legs in a little bit deeper. Release the hands, bring the hands to the outside of that right knee as we breathe in. On the exhale, bring it over to the center of the chest, giving ourselves a nice hug. Bringing that right foot back down, or left foot back down. And we're going to bring that right foot down. Receive a breath, extend that left leg, point the toes, sweeping that left leg up. Right knee is bent, walking our hands up behind the leg, gently pulling it back, not overstretching. Point the toes, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. Lift and lengthen. Maybe it comes back a little bit deeper. We're going to come into that thread and needle, bring that leg across the top of that right thigh so the ankle's just resting there. Receive a breath, lift upper and lower body, bring your left arm in between your legs, interlock your fingers behind that right hamstring, and maybe come into a little tighter ball. That's up to you. Shin to chin, lifting the tailbone and the shoulders. Receive a breath. On the exhale, press everything back down to the mat, hugging the legs in, getting that deeper hamstring. Then release the hands, bring both hands to the outside of that left knee, and on the exhale, bring the knee over to the center of the chest. Let's release. Bring that left foot down, bring that right foot down. Extend that left leg. Receive a breath. On the exhale, pull the right knee into the chest. Give yourselves a nice hug. Rotating that right foot 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Another breath in. Now point the toes of that left foot. You can't see me, I'm pointing them. Let them relax. Now keep the block to the right side because we're going to add to this. Right arm around, wrap it around that right shin. Bring that left arm out to the side as we breathe in, gently opening that knee. Not too deep, that knee and leg, because what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it and we're going to come into a resting tree. So we're going to bring it down so the bottom of the foot is on the inside of that left leg, and then that right thigh rests on that block. Bringing both arms up like a V, reaching through those fingers, spreading them through the palms. Let the shoulder blades sink into the mat and feel this release like a gust of wind just blew down through your branches. Let everything release. Sweeping the arms down, bending that knee. Extend that right leg. Have that block on the other side. Receive a breath. On the exhale, bring that left knee in your chest. Give yourselves a nice hug. Rotate that left foot 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Receive a breath. Now point those toes of that right leg. Let them release. Wrap your left arm around that shin. Bring the right arm out to the side. Receive a breath. Not the whole way. We're just going to open this knee out to the side and then rotate it around so the bottom of the foot is on the inside. And if you have that block placed, it should naturally just open up onto that block. Bottom of the foot's on the inside of that left leg like a resting tree as that thigh rests on that block, and extend both arms like a V again, reaching through those fingers, reaching, and then let the shoulders sink into the mat. Now tip the chin up, opening the throat, not dropping the head the whole way back. And feel this release go the whole way down through the arms, through the elbows, through the forearms, through the wrists, through the fingertips. Let everything release. Sweep the arms down, remove the block. Bring that left knee up. Bring that right knee to meet it. We're just going to do a little pelvic tilt here. Breathing in as we tilt the tailbone down, creating that arch underneath our back, lifting the belly. Exhale, tilt the tailbone up. Knees hip width apart. Breathing in as we tilt it down. Exhale as we tilt it up. Breathing in as we tilt it down, opening up. Exhale as we tilt it up. Coming back to neutral, bring the knees into the chest, come into a little ball. Wrap your arms around your shins, chin to knees. Maybe rocking back and forth from side to side, massaging the spine. And then we're going to end with a little basic spinal twist. Let's bring the upper body back down, bring the knees into tabletop. At a right angle, 90 degrees, above the hips, both arms out to either side. Out from your shoulders, palms down. Receive a breath, and on the exhale, bring the knees and legs over to the right as we turn our head and gaze over to the left again. You can come onto those blocks. Keep that left shoulder down, receiving a breath. 2 breaths here. On the exhale, start to feel that release. Open those palms. Start to feel that release through the shoulders, spine, the hips. This time the exhale is going to be twice as long as the inhale. Another breath in. And on the exhale, just feel that gentle letting go. Nice long exhale, surrendering. Engage the core, bring everything back to center. Knees and tabletop, palms down, looking at the sky. Receive a breath. On the exhale, knees and legs to the left as we turn our head and gaze over to the right. That right shoulder comes up, press it down. You might feel some tension, breathing into it. And on the exhale, turn the palms open as we let that tension release through the shoulders, the spine, and the hips. This last one, the exhale will be twice as long as the inhale. You can add a sigh if you like to, like, ah. So another breath in. Ah. As we surrender. Engage your core. Bring everything back to center. We're going to do a short Shavasana. Extend the legs. Bring the arms down along our sides. Out at 45 degrees with the palms open. You can have your feet heels together and the feet open to either side in the corpse pose. If you want more release through your lower back, you can bend the knees. If you want to use a block, you can lift the hips, put the block underneath, and let yourself be here and feel it absorb all that tension. Closing your eyes. So we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Expanding the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Gently letting go. With each exhale, let something release. Maybe your jaw, your shoulders, down through the spine, the lower back, the hips. Letting everything release. Letting go. And feel that breath flowing through the whole body, through our hearts, and flowing through each root system. So we all breathe in and out together, nourishing each other. And the breath in. Start to gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Move in your hands and feet. Bringing awareness to our bodies, this space, the sound of our breath, the beat of our heart, and the earth underneath us. As we gently turn to one side or the other, for a calm day ahead onto your right, opens up the left nostril. For an active day ahead onto your left, opens up the right nostril. Let yourself stay here for at least 3 full breaths. As we gently let go, let ourselves be held. And then gently, with our eyes closed, slowly coming back to seated, one hand at a time, one vertebrae at a time. Letting everything release. Let's bring our palms together, hands to heart center. Starting to rub them, creating that heat and warmth. And then we're going to place one hand on our heart and the other on our solar plexus, above our belly button, below our ribs. We're going to do 3 ohms, O-M, Om, and this is a sound of oneness of all of us here together as one, universal consciousness. So it actually does engage with all the syllables. So it's actually kind of pronounced like A-U-M, Om, and remember the humming. So however you do it is perfect. We're going to do 3. So since we are each in our own space, remember to be loud, hear it, feel the hum, feel the vibration. You can do as many as you like, at least 3 together. Let's start together. Breathing in. Feel that connection to each one of us here, to the light and the love within us. Feel the vibration through your whole body as love. Receive a nice, deep, nourishing, healing breath. As we all have those vibrant lungs and healthy bodies and boosted immune systems when we do this. Bring our palms together, hands to heart center. I honor the place in you in which the whole universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love and truth and light and peace. When you are in that place in you and I'm in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Have a wonderful weekend. So when you move through this a little faster, it's easy to do in 20 minutes. So you can go at your own pace. I like to give some extra instruction because I don't know who's coming on to this if you're new to yoga. You can not do some of the stuff at the beginning, and you can really flow through this really nicely for a nice, quick express yoga while still getting some energy flow moving. So what I do sometimes is if we're rushing to go somewhere, and I'll just do this quick flow in like 15 minutes. It is nice, though, to really let yourself be present with the breath, with the tones, feel your body relax. We're not in any hurries or any rushes because we can't go anywhere. So this is a nice time to go beyond our bounds and our limits and those time constraints. So it's okay that this one is longer, and I will re-advertise it as, a little bit longer, and you can shorten it if you like. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. Remember, if you missed this, you can go back and replay. Namaste.